Hey everybody, it's Brian here from quantlabs.net. Today, I just wanted to go over a high-level description on trying to address as many questions I get about trading, where most people are at, and the different types of people I get through the website here at quantlabs.net, various members, and all the social media that I'm part of. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to talk generally about automated trading and why you should be doing it and why you shouldn't be doing anything but that. As it stands right now, automated trading represents, or electronic trading represents, about 80% of all trading volume in the States, equity or whatnot. So a lot of the big players are doing automated trading, and of course it's a lot faster than a blink of an eye. So it already has a lot of advantages versus human traders. Now, the SEC and all these regulators are trying to obviously regulate it. It's going to be pretty hard to do, and if they do, it just goes backwards and really won't make the markets as efficient as they should be. That's where they are now, and as a result, there's the dumb money, the slow traders, and there's a slew of, we'll just call them evil-minded, electronic-based, high-frequency trading shops specifically, that will obviously try to take advantage of you, the slow-moving trader, human trader, and you're at a lot of disadvantage. If you're also coming in an uninformed trader, you're already dead, because there's en masse professional traders that are fully taking advantage of you. They're trading the smart money today and basically taking advantage of the dumb money the next day. And unfortunately for a lot of people, the dumb money is that slow moving. So what I've done over the last few years, I've been studying technology, how you can apply it to trading. Now, what I'm loading up here, I'm at the quantlabs.net/academy. I have various courses on a trading platform that I offer, and let's go through some of the other available trading platforms out there. So let me just do a standard Google. Now, typically you got NinjaTrader, which is one of the more popular trading platforms for automated trading. There's also TradeStation, and some other stuff as well. I'm sure you know a lot of them. MetaTrader is another one. Now, the disadvantages with a lot of these type of platforms, for instance, TradeStation is always tied back to one broker. NinjaTrader has just a lot of limitations. I mean, if you're going to stay in the world of technical analysis, you're fine there. But honestly, from what I see, if you want to trade like the sheep or sheeple or lemmings and get slaughtered like lemmings and sheeple, be my guest. I'm not going to stop you. It's your money, not mine. But I try to do things a little more intelligently. What I try to do, and the one thing I've learned through trading, is you need to have absolute 100% full control on all aspects of your trading. The other thing you probably don't have a lot of control over is your trading broker, but you do have power, control over who you go with. And obviously interactive brokers is one of the big ones that a lot of people I run into use. And everyone else is, well, expensive, like Thinkorswim. FXCM in the past been charged with things like corruption. Just look them up on Wikipedia. They're charged and whatever. But if you're using interactive brokers, you're fine. So we've talked about some of the trading platforms out there for automated trading, the limitations of them, and obviously the brokers is another big deal that you have to be worried about. So going back to my stuff, what I've done is, over the last couple of years, I've been studying different types of technologies you can use for trading. And one of the big things I've learned is, like I said, you need to obviously want to have full control over your trading, which means programming your own platform. Now, this course I've got here with with you know, having your own trading platform. It's fully customizable because I provide a source code and all the different steps involved. You can learn from this. I think if you're going to get into more advanced trading, as trading becomes more and more advanced, it is going to be a necessity to have these type of tools at your disposal to fully, I guess you could say, defend yourself against other opportunities that are being lost, or protecting yourself against other parties that may go against you. A good example of that would be Scottrade, where they have, let me just see if I can find it. I think it's, no, E-Trade. They sell their order flow, sell order flow to HFT shops. So here's an example. Business Insider. Brokerages make millions by selling their order flow to other high-frequency trading shops. There's a lot of truth to this. They've been accused of it. Yeah, here's the one. Citadel, I guess, buys up the order flow of E-Trade's order flow. So basically what's happening is E-Trade, where, you know, they're one of the larger retail investment brokers, are selling their order flow of their clients to Citadel, and then Citadel turns around and basically resells that order flow back to the E-Trade clients at a higher price. Now, obviously that's not cool. That's what they're doing. So you get stuff like that going on. Basically, in a nutshell, your trading broker doesn't care about you. Now, one thing interactive brokers don't do, and they've got some YouTube, let's see if I can find it, interactive brokers commercial. They promise that they don't sell, let me just see here, YouTube interactive commercials. Let's see here, there's a recent one they just put out. Let's see. Okay, we don't need that one. Interactive brokers. Let's see here. Yeah, it's this one right here. So if you watch this ad,
of interactive brokers, we do not trade against your stock orders.
There you go.
Nor do we sell your orders to others to handle. We build technology to optimally route your orders, so you benefit from fragmented markets. Combined with our very low cost.
So there you go. That's the promise from interactive brokers. Now, as with all brokers, you have to be careful of who you use. But from my research, interactive broker seems to be the best one, the most. We'll leave them least corrupt. So with this course, I'll probably break it down module by module. This is the critical piece for your success in trading. Okay. Obviously, you need to worry about your real-time data feed. I use IQ feed here, and I use some other third-party software that can be used for back testing, real-time data capture, housing your real-time data, so on and so forth. Lots of stuff here, and let me point it out this way. It's really important that people understand that if somebody's going to promise you that you can make millions of dollars from using a tool, they're lying to you. They're just after your sale, after your money. They don't care beyond, let's say, 6 months, a year from now, where you're at. All they care about is the sale of the product, and that's it. So here, you're putting a full investment in your own technology, and that you own the technology. So you will have absolute, as I said, absolute control of your own destiny with this stuff. So going back to IQ feed, they are pretty good as a data feed for real time and historical data. Just alone the historical data, you know, if you're going to use any of the other providers out there, you can save yourself literally thousands of dollars just going with real with IQ feed. Next up, I obviously use interactive brokers and the TWS. I use a third party. With interactive brokers, there's two options you can use for automated trading. You can use either the the Trader Workstation client desktop tool, or you can use the gateway, so you can bypass some of the disadvantages that TWS brings, and it also shields you from the API. So you are interfacing with the API of Interactive Brokers, but you're doing it in a much better way of interfacing yourself to the API of Interactive Brokers. And there's a really cool little batch testing utility that I have as part of this third-party software. Okay, so between these two, IQ Feed, your real-time data feed, that's about, depending upon what kind of data you want, can range from $100, $150. It's the cheapest, but you get the best bang for your buck with this data feed. And again, it's real time, or pretty close to real time, minus like 3 milliseconds or something, unless you're high frequency trading. I'll get into that in a minute. But for people starting out like myself, it's a very good data feed. And of course, I was talking about the Interactive Brokers as your broker. Obviously, this video is the big advantage of why you want to go with Interactive Brokers. And then, of course, we have our prototyping software that you can use to build your trading ideas or trading research. Now, I've looked at both R, Matlab, and I have played with Python, but a lot of people come back and say the difference between Python and R, Python's has a lot more advantages, but you're still kind of somewhat running into various disadvantages still with any of the open source trading languages, or like Python and R. I have we did a webinar a few weeks ago. Let me just pull up my channel here on YouTube. Right here, this guy right here, Chris Reeves, did a really good webinar explaining why he uses Matlab, and more people I talk to, no matter if you're using R, Matlab, or Python, all roads lead to Matlab. For real stuff. Now the other thing is, I've just been learning over the last few months that Matlab actually has a home version, so you can get a complete Matlab environment for around $1,000 with all the toolbox and stuff. So you can do some really powerful things with that home edition. I've heard Ernie Chan, actually, let me pull that webinar up as well. Okay, so if you look up Ernie Chan's latest webinar here, which I believe is right here, this one. This webinar, Ernie Chan talks about the versions that you can use with Matlab for $300. You get full environment of Matlab for with the home edition for a couple $100. Pretty good. Okay, so let's go back to the course. So with the Matlab stuff, the big advantage that Matlab brings is the ability to extend Matlab into your .NET environment, which can be then interfaced with these two we call it components for your data feed using IQ Feed as well as TWS. As you can see here, I've got a trading platform demo to just showcase these two steps with the real-time data feed as well as the simulated brokerage order management system for execution of trades. So that's all built in. Again, you get all the source code with that. So again, when you start extending your MATLAB trading ideas to things like C or C++ using the MATLAB coder, you can also use the MATLAB Builder NE for building basically .NET assemblies or DLLs, dynamic link libraries, into C#, which is very powerful, and I provide some demos there. Part of my new workflow that I'm working with is MutePad. I'll get that in a minute. And then, of course, some of the other webinars that you can use to get you, if you choose to do FPGA or whatnot, you can do all that too. So I'm sure this is pretty exhaustive, and this is just like one of, actually there's like three of 5 modules. Now, people need to understand this is a lot of work that's been put into this. And you know, you're talking 3 years, but with all this this drastically cuts you down to literally probably a couple of months to get your own environment working, and understanding it at the same time, which is the key to really be successful at this stuff. I've got people learning, and they've been doing quite well with it. So we've probably helped out dozens of people over the last couple of years with this stuff. So once you get through the Matlab, then you can start moving into things like Simulink for really advanced development of trading ideas. You can do it visually with Simulink. You can also generate your FPGA with ultra low latency high frequency trading as an option. Now, as I said, I'm going to talk about those two right now, so might as well attack that now. FPGA is very powerful, which is a board, basically a field programmable gate array. Okay, so let's talk about this field programmable gate array, or FPGA, as well as high frequency trading. You know, just so people understand, I think there's a huge misconception here about HFT, or high frequency trading. Yeah, you can make a lot of money, but you got to start with a lot of money. You got to have minimum to do HFT properly on an exchange. Minimum, I would have to say at least $2 million. I mean, bare bones, maybe $500,000. So unless you don't have that kind of capital in an account or a trading account, I wouldn't bother with HFT. A lot of people, that's out of reach for a lot of people. But if you're a trading firm, that's a different story. We've helped before in the past, yeah, I mean, ultimately for individuals, it's a very low probability you'll have the ability as an option to use either FPGA for high frequency trading. And these boards are not cheap either. About I don't know, $5,000 to $10,000 each as a production environment. So I don't focus a lot too much on this. I have somebody else who's done some demos on that within my membership, and they're pretty active on that. All right, so what are the other options? Using it, Simulink is powerful. I'm using that as part of my new workflow, which I'll talk at the end about that in this video. But at the end of it, I've got Matlab Simulink I've experimented it a lot. You can build your trading ideas visually. So obviously it's for rapid development. It's very powerful. And the other powerful things you get with it are the ability to build, like I said, your HDL code for FPGA. Obviously, I guess, again, ultra low latency HFT. Because you're basically bypassing the operating system's kernel, which is a huge deal. But for most cases, if you're going to still go down the path of Simulink, you will want to co-generate into either C or C++. And then from there, I've got other demos where I show how to basically build a DLL from that and then deploy it in these two environments up here. This the IQ feed data and the TWS. So you can easily, with this trilogy of modules, I guess you could call them, be able to build your own trading system. The core one, that is, with execution, with a trading model, as well as your data feed as well. And it's pretty good, and I've got demos of that, and again, you get source code with that. All done in .NET and Windows. Okay, so that's Simulink. We've talked about Matlab, and then we've got all the different databases that are available to you. As you can tell here, I've gone through all the NoSQL options. I've looked at MySQL. I've looked at SQL Server. And this is done about only, not even, about 6 months ago, okay? But there's been a lot of changes since then in 2014. I'll get to that in a minute as well. But for now, if you're interested in just looking at different videos and stuff, because I do provide those, as well as the source code to really jumpstart your ability to build out your own trading infrastructure, again, with source code, this is definitely something you should look at with these databases. All these are all fine for me just to start out with. I don't think, as I said, SQL Server is what I'm using or will be using just to house data. There's some neat features you can use, like stream insights for complex event processing. I also provide a database schema, all done in the native programming language of TSQL for a SQL Server. That's a big advantage right there, and that's what I provide. All these other options, NoSQL, like Mongo and all this Redis and whatnot, they're all fine, but again, I go with SQL Server. Now, the big change since SQL Server in 2014 is the new SQL Server 2014, which has in-memory database capabilities and functionality. I've taken a look at it briefly. I'm actually going to a Microsoft all-day affair to really get my hands on with the new features of SQL Server. I'm hoping that can pan out for me. Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty good option. Now, I can tell it's a lot of information. But again, this is probably 3 years in the making to get to this point. But I do provide these courses. I provide all the detailed videos. So in a way, it is a crash course. I got a little video on explaining everything and how it works and a lot further detail. Now, there's a lot of different options. This is a key course. I've got other courses, you can tell. I'll do some other videos on that. But right now, the automated trading is the big one. Takeaway, if you can, go with your own trading platform with source code. This is one option. Again, it'll jumpstart your ability. I've looked at all the different open source trading platforms out there. They're really limited. I really think you want to start with simplistic things like this, IQ feed, data capture. Obviously, your trading executions and other basics, but it's all there. But I'm doing it the easiest way, the fastest way. And then at the other end, being able to build out your trading ideas using Matlab. And then again, if you ever decide to maybe go with a database to house all your data, tick data or your bar data, these are options available to you. So let's talk about where we're going. Okay. Ultimately, you want to do away with as many third-party dependencies as possible. But I mean, for me as a one-man show, I have to be practical. I don't have the time to, develop my own database. I don't have time to develop my own prototyping language, or let alone use something else. I don't see any other advantage with other languages other than Matlab for that. So, for me as a rapid development, I'm using all these tools to get things in place and get trading ideas out there. Now, if I do build a trading operation that becomes better and better, I'll revisit these and try to streamline or even bring in maybe custom solutions or something. I don't know. But for now, these are my options. So I present these to people that would be interested in to follow the same path. All right. So let's talk about all the other things I've been doing since this course has been created, specifically around Matlab. As I said, I've got a new workflow in place. Basically what I'm doing is, once I've done all this, to build out my trading ideas, what I'm doing is I'm looking at using MuPad here to build out a trading idea from a research paper or book or whatever, be able to convert that into a Matlab M script, and then be able to implement that into a Simulink model, okay, and then be able to co-generate it into C++ and then deploy it into these two trading core components. So that's the path that I'm looking at. It works really good for me. I can bang out some stuff very fast using this path. I know that there's other options available, but again, it's just getting quick to market. Alright, so hopefully that'll give you an idea how and the best way I know to get this done. Because controlling your own destiny is the key, and that's what it's about. So hopefully this is helpful for people, and if you're interested, just pop me a question on one of the comment or whatever. I'll do my best. We do get some people that decide to be smart alecky and whatnot, and I'm the kind of person who likes to fight fire with fire and those kind of instances. But hopefully this will help anyone out there that's new and is really confused on where to start. So this is a path that you can use as a course, basically, to get you up and running. Like I said, there's source code examples in each what I call units in each module, and then from there you can build out your own programming example, work with it, play with it, and move on to the next step. And there's, again, detailed videos. Some of them are pretty lengthy, and that's how I've done it. A lot of people love it. You know, obviously Paul Cottrell lessons are awesome, and some other people seem to like it a lot, the structure of it. So if you're interested, let me know, and I'll talk to you soon. Hopefully this will help you out. Talk to you later.